Hey, how you doing? It's DTM here as promised. I'm going to be super mellow in this video because it's still really early in the morning and the other house is pretty close, so I don't want to be a disruption. So anyways, if you're wondering what's wrong, DTM, you've still got your morning voice, is because I still have my morning voice on. So anyways, one thing I forgot to tell you on the chocolate pudding video. Here's the chocolate pudding. It is culturized and ready, but I forgot to mention that it would be a good idea to sweeten it. And you can sweeten it with, if you had about this much, which is about 16 ounces, you'd probably use about anywhere from 2 to 4 dates, depending on how sweet you like it, or maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to use honey to sweeten this today when it becomes time to have some dessert. The next recipe is the one that I promised you, and that is the sunflower yogurt. And I wanted to make the sunflower yogurt because I've had a lot of requests about I can't get coconuts, or people on a budget. So this is a great way to get some super dense amino acids from the sunflower seed, an amazing food, sunflower seed. And the beauty of the sunflower seed, not only all the amazing, proteins and vitamins and minerals, particularly vitamin D, which is interesting because the sunflower is an amazing flower that literally follows the sun throughout the day. So that's kind of an indication of the epicness of this particular plant, or the seed of that particular plant. It's like a sun following food. So I'm going to make a sunflower yogurt. And so I've got the Pyridine probiotic here, and then I've got some Pyridine protein powder. Now, this is not necessary, but the beauty of this protein powder is that it is epic beyond belief in its flavor. It's made from pea and hemp, and it's a relatively new product from Pyridine. They've been working on putting it together for quite a long time, and I've been using this now. I think I got it about 3 weeks ago. And it's not only does it taste amazing, but it really just, basically I had this for dinner last night, and interestingly enough, I just put some water. That's all I do, is like take this, put water in it, stir it up, and I have an instant dip. Now, I've got a million recipes going on in my head, like you can make like a raw hummus out of the Pyridine protein powder. So this is like the introduction video for this. And I am everything about Pyridine, and there's a million reasons for that. I'm totally, the whole company is like some of my best friends on planet Earth. Lou Corona is the founder. The labeling is awesome. The quality, the usefulness of the probiotics and the enzymes is amazing stuff. Anyways, just toys to play with while here on Earth. And I found this to be particularly beneficial as far as like the tightness of the muscles that have I haven't even been working out. I work a little bit here on the farm. I go and play at the beach. I do moderate workouts and stuff like that, but just bringing in more protein has really brought some tightness to my muscles. So for those of you who are, into the bodybuilding and the muscles and trying to like live a vegan lifestyle and also keep on a little bit of weight, this is your stuff right here. Like I said, it tastes absolutely phenomenal. When I first got it, I just took like 6 scoops right into my mouth. My first, normally that's how I test things out. I just put it in my mouth, and I just started chewing it up, and I was like, oh my God, this is like delicious. So it's made with it's a pea protein, hemp protein, goji berry, Jerusalem artichoke as a prebiotic and there's enzymes in it, protease enzymes. And I had this dinner with my friend last night. She was like, oh my God, I feel like it already digested. And that's because they have the intelligence to throw protease into a protein powder, and also some probiotics as well. So all these things from Pyridine just continually build and activate. Very high consciousness company with some very brilliant ideas and alchemy when it comes to probiotics, enzymes, and the quality of the raw hemp and pea protein. And again, this is just more of an educational video, and that is that when you have these powders, it's kind of like when you take meat and you chew that up, you don't really have the stomach acids of a lion to break it down. So what you have is there are amino acids in meat, but your body can't really break it down efficiently in order to extract the amino acids that are necessary for the growth of muscles and things like that, as well as just the amino acids in very minute amounts are used for the creation of hormones and steroids in your body, but it's very minuscule, and you can get that from spirulina or even kale for that matter. But more of these types of proteins, are like the pea and the hemp, are really going to create some nice tight vegan type muscles. And so my point to that was that the reason these powders are so good is because the surface area there's a lot more surface area, so that the stomach acids can break down these proteins into amino acids and have a much higher level of bioavailability. So it's just really efficient, you know what I'm saying? So it's a modern way to just stay super tight and ripped if you want higher levels of protein in the diet. When you're cleansing your body, you want to leave as much fats and proteins out. If you're maintaining, you want a moderate amount of protein and fat. And when you're building, if you're highly athletic and you really want to build, that's when you bring in more of the fats and the aminos. But a healthy, well-rounded diet is very important. That's why on these videos I can't always be like, well, here's the one right answer for everyone. It'd be great if it was like that, but you got to remember, I'm trying to educate a variety of people with a variety of lifestyles. And that's why I love the focus on the fruits and the herbs. I used to say fruits and vegetables, but fruits and herbs are more so, should be the foundation of the diet. And then I love to play with these different kinds of things so that you have toys to play with. So that took about 7 minutes as a warm-up. But anyways, I just wanted to introduce to you the Pyridine protein. This is the answer to the people that have been questioning all these years of how do I keep on healthy muscle. This stuff, as soon as I took the bite, it just went right to my muscles. I'm very well tuned in with my body, and it just went right into it. So I've got soaked sunflower seeds, and that's the base of this. If you're on a budget and you want to make some yogurt, because what will happen is, in case you haven't heard this before from me, is you'll take the probiotic here, and what that does is it begins to break down the proteins into amino acids. It'll break down the sugars into glucose, and it'll break the fats down into fatty acids. It's the probiotic pre-digests the food. They've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. But the difference is that, though, when you just make like Korean kimchi or vegetables with sauerkraut, you just get more of a transient bacteria that passes through for a few days, kind of keeps you balanced, but then normally just passes through. More so what you've got here are permanent colonizers, which go in and can continue to proliferate. I myself have not found the edge of where I can eat too many probiotics and enzymes. I continue to slam them in a big way, and continually feeling more and more energized, healthier and healthier, better digestion, super fire in my guts. Now, I do live a lot off of liquids, but I'm in a phase right now where I'm kind of playing with getting a little bit more into physical health. It's kind of like a balance between detoxifying, regenerating, softening my brain, and illuminating my mind with meditation and quietness, trying to bring some balance into my life, because I lived on the mainland for most of my life and was programmed with insanity, basically, and mediocrity. And I've come to an island of magic here on Kauai, and the island energy heals you, and you get tapped into nature, and the land pulls you down into it so that you can ascend higher, because the more deep that your roots are, the more that the branches can ascend up into the heavenly realms, if that makes any sense, and maybe a little off topic for such a simple and basic video like this for the high protein sunflower seeds. Amazing food. So what I'm going to do is take I could measure this out. So let's do that today. Let's just measure it out for some kind of weird official, non-official DTM, never does any measuring trip. This is 3 cups right here. So let's do like 4 cups of sunflower seeds. Okay, and just to make a pseudo recipe, just for those of you who need that kind of thinking, linear, like I just said, throw it in, throw this in, some of that, little of this, little of that, blend it up. Yeah, that's more my style because I've been in the kitchen my entire life, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to toss in some, just a teaspoon of probiotic. And this stuff's amazing here. If you don't know about the probiotic, it's got one of the highest supplement ratings that you can get. A+++ rating from Mike Adams, which is pretty damn amazing. Very few supplements in the world get an A+++ rating for purity and effectiveness. So there's no reason to use it. Well, I shouldn't even say that because I've actually been trying out a whole bunch of other probiotics from other companies as well. And I can tell you about all those experiments later. And I've been doing enzyme experiments with different cooked foods and stuff. God, I didn't mean to get into it on this video, but I took white rice because everyone's trying to get me to promote white rice. Dan, white rice, the Okinawans and all this crap. And I'm like, look, man, you put that glue in your stomach. Because I took the white rice and I took one bowl and another bowl and I put an enzyme in this bowl and left this one out. Well, when I came up about 12 hours later, this rice had done nothing. This bowl of rice with the enzyme in it was pure water. Do you understand? So that is the power of those enzymes, because we've all seen the oatmeal thing. I did the same thing with avocado. I was like, how does it break down the fats? Well, the fats actually became very much more liquefied, but not only that, but what was interesting is I made this guacamole thing and the enzymes actually created a pulling of the flavors of the herbs. So that was another interesting thing that I learned about the enzymes, is they can actually enhance the flavor of foods. So it's crazy. I mean, the implications are infinite. Anyways, let's stay on track, if it's even possible, for the DTM. So I've got 4 cups of sunflower seeds and then just 1 teaspoon of probiotic. And then what I'm going to do, and this is optional here, but if you totally want to get stoked on some serious pumped, because I had this for dinner last night and I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning just swollen. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this again tonight and see what happens, because I'm going to go do a whole bunch of cool stuff today and just like work out and do yoga and go to the beach and work on my campsite. And I'm just going to keep on testing this stuff out. I am a walking experiment for raw foods, supplements, superfoods. I have a lot of secrets that I've kind of kept on the DL, but I really want to start sharing that. My love for like algae, enzymes, mushrooms, and all the things that I've been doing to continually grow and expand and get stronger and better as the years go on, instead of the decrepitude that usually happens to most people because they're dehydrated, they're eating dead food. I mean, living raw foods that has its enzymes and has its consciousness. When you heat it up, you not only do you boil the water out and disorganize the energy and the information, then you become disorganized. That's why the SAD diet, the cooked diet, will never be that powerful as the raw, unaltered. Like, yes, this is a thingamajigger, but when they put this together, they do it with the highest levels of consciousness, and it is raw. It is not heated up. So the proteins and the fats are all cared for in a way that leaves itself to bioavailability, and it really actually is kind of amazing. So I'm stoked because I'm not really training right now in bodybuilding, but one day when I'm finished with this process that I've been going through, basically like leaving behind the debris of the mainland is just a smart ass way to say it. Like, yeah, smart aleck, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and no offense, but I mean, you just gotta, I did really well, just when you eat the raw foods and you take care of yourself and you get to nature, and everyone has those options. So I want to encourage that. I didn't mean to be like negative, but just you do the best you can with what you have, and you will be guided to higher and higher levels And who knows, maybe you'll end up on the island of Kauai or somewhere else that's more beneficial for the intentions that you have. So anyways, Mr. Philosophy always going on, and takes 15 minutes to make something that should take 2 minutes. Anyways, you know how I roll. Last but not least, that's what I got the spoon for. I was just going to put a couple of tablespoons in this just to enhance the heck out of it. Boom. And with the protease enzyme in there, we're going to see how this is going to be a nice like yogurt this evening to use on like some dip or something like that. And like last night we took just this here, mixed it with some water, and just dipped some nori wraps in it. Just took veggies and some sprouts and just rolled it up in these fat little hubs and just, and it's like totally delicious. Like I eat it right out of the bag and it's totally delicious. In fact, I had it as a soup yesterday. I just took some of this, mixed some water in it, and just ate I ate about this much before I left. It was so satisfying, and then I was just jacked up for the rest of the day. Anyways, Gav, thank you for your love and patience. This guy is crazy. So here's the, now, before I stone it off again, like I totally spaced out. You don't need a sweetener, it's the bitter chocolate, which you don't need the sweetener if you can dig the bitter chocolate. But if you're going to have a dessert, you want the sweetness. You could even do cinnamon in that as well, and it'd be epic. Or vanilla, off the chart. But on this one, what I'm going to say is, so that I don't space it out, is that you put your water here, make your yogurt. Now I'm going to put this on the counter, and then I'm going to go play all day long because it's still early in the morning. I'm going to make this yogurt, and then if I wanted to, I'm not using garlic or salt right now, but I could take garlic, salt, and herbs. I might take like some rosemary or some oregano out of the garden and blend that in tonight. You can blend that in now and then let that also culturize, and it'll bring out the flavors of the herbs even more. But you can also just make the yogurt plain, and this might be 2 servings for someone. You could do a savory one, and then you could do a spicy one, or whatever. You know, you just make the yogurt and then you play with it. And a suggestion from me would be like, this would be off the hook with like garlic, sea salt, lemon, and then dill. You know, and after it's yogurt, then you would add those ingredients to just make the epic like dip. Or you could even add a little more water and make it thin and make it a salad dressing. I mean, this is just like, when your salad dressings are pure nutrition and medicine, you know you're doing it right. So anyways, just love sharing all this stuff. I'm just so stoked about so many things, you know, all at once. Like the different variations in like fasting that you can do to cleanse yourself out, and all the like superfoods that you can use to activate like DNA and stuff in your body, or activate your brain in certain ways. And then these here, like I'm kind of really in the body. I woke up in the body this morning, just really, I looked in the mirror and I was like 5:30 in the morning and I was already just pumped and ready to go. When normally it takes a little bit like of some fuel or some juice or something to kind of get the wheels spinning. I woke up with my wheels spinning in the physical, muscle, swollen, kind of pumped up kind of way. So anyways, cool stuff, you know, just playing in the world. Go just like that. Like I said, you could just use the sunflower seeds, but if you want to get some of that Pyridine protein powder, you know, like if you have growing kids or you're in the gym, or there's actually a lot of people that are just really thin and want to keep on some high quality muscle, You know, the fruits and the veg will keep you clean and energized, and some of the proteins that are, you know, I like the vegan stuff because for me it's not really like about being vegan or anything like that. It's more about just, I don't really particularly feel like having animal flesh in my body is a good idea for what I'm trying to create energetically, or as far as smells go, and as far as like the ability for that to decompose in there creates all kinds of potential problems like that and things like that. So there are ways to mitigate and avoid that through high amounts of herbs and things like that, but I would just rather avoid all that anyway. So here you go, there's the yogurt. I'll put the lid on it, and it's golden. Like I said, you can play with this all day and night. Thanks for watching this video. I know some of you like the longer ones, and some of you probably would do better with shorter videos, but I have to educate. Just leave the lid off. You don't want to seal it. You want it to be able to have the probiotics working with a little bit of oxygen. So I'll just leave the lid off there. And I'll let you go now, and I hope today was enough to just inspire you with some tidbits and nuggets and just my love for this process of creativity without one particular way to live. It's more like a lifestyle of really being fully educated in so many different ways, like nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables and supplements and herbs and sunshine and rest and thinking and spirituality and humility, and trying to do your best to, you know, become the best human you can be, you know, in spite of all the conditioning that's very deep and subconscious. Really working consciously to become the brightest, best, strongest, most radiant example of a human being that you can be for your community, and grow into the light that you are. So peace be with you, and I look forward to catching up with you real soon, because this normally is a daily show, and I try to do my best to bring that to you. So peace be with you, and goodbye for now.